Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, what we're going to talk about this morning is the breaking news that the U.S. Supreme Court has denied yet another bump stock ban challenge as of about 25 minutes of the filming of this video. Now, as I mentioned, this is completely breaking. Everything is linked in the description box below, and I'm going to walk you through this entire decision to ignore this right before I get on a plane and head back to Atlanta. I cannot wait to walk you through this. Like I said, everything is linked per usual. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, SDI, who made this possible, and then we're going to dive in. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to repair and modify your own guns. If you're looking for a way to take your hobby to the next level, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. The online programs at SDI cover armor courses, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting, sports management, and more. Plus, all the tools and materials are shipped directly to your door. There's never been a better time to get into a career you actually use, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to SDI for making this content possible. But my brothers and sisters, we have got to dive into some stuff because the bump stocks have taken another L. Now, this is not the first, not the second. This is the third time that they have taken an L in recent memory, and this is not starting to look good for the bump stocks across the board. Now, as you know, this was initially banned by the Trump administration, and take the politics part out of it. The part that really bothers me personally, and let me know what you guys think down there in the comments, the ATF's reinterpretation of an existing piece of material into something different. In this case, they classified it as a machine gun, which it clearly is not, but that is what is being stood as standard going forward. That's the part that flies in the face of the EPA versus West Virginia. Government bureaucracy is just making up definitions as they go forward to suit their exceeding power. That is where we don't like it. All right, let's dive in. Like I said, everything is always linked. Let me show you what's going on. Supreme Court rejects another bump stock ban case. November 14th, 10:06 a.m. Eastern Time. So this is within the hour. All right, let's jump into this. Washington. The Supreme Court on Monday again declined to hear a lawsuit involving a Trump-era ban on bump stocks. The gun attachments that allow semi-automatic weapons to fire rapidly like machine guns. And that's the important part there, like. They are not machine guns, and that's the big crux of this issue, is the ever-expanding powers and interpretation of a government bureaucracy like the ATF at the behest of the executive branch of the government, i.e. Biden. If they continue to just reinterpret existing definitions, where are we going to end up? That's the big problem and the point of this. But here's what happened in addition to the high level. The justice's decision not to hear the case leaves in place a lower court decision that rejected bump stock owners' efforts to be compensated for bump stocks they lawfully purchased, but were required to give up after administration ruled they were illegal. Lower courts had said the case should be dismissed. Now, they're going after the takings clause, and we're going to touch on that here in a second, but if you bought something completely legal and you're out that money all of a sudden because a government bureaucracy decided that, you know what, never mind these, it's actually illegal. Is that fair to the people who put out money for something that that same government bureaucracy, the ATF, said was okay? That's the question, and the Supreme Court has denied looking into it. Let's keep going. Last month, the justices rejected two other challenges involving the ban. Gun rights advocates, however, scored a big win at the court earlier this year when the justices, by a 6-3 vote, expanded gun possession rights, weakening states' ability to limit the carrying of guns in public. Talking about the Bruin decision. I don't know why they put that in here unless this is kind of like the Washington Post kind of putting some aloe on the burn of a loss. But this is a different scenario. In fact, in the irony of this statement, the Bruin decision would actually kind of tie into the bump stock thing. Just saying. But let's keep going because that is not the main point here. And this is important to remember as we go forward right here, this part. The Trump administration's ban on bump stocks was an about-face for the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. In 2010, under the Obama administration, the agency found that bump stocks should not be classified as machine guns, and therefore should not be banned under federal law. That's the part that is the biggest issue for me, and I'm sure some of you out there as well. Again, let me know in the comments. If the ATF can go from one stance under the Obama administration saying it's not a machine gun, and then briefly under a different administration, the Trump administration, say, oh, you know what, never mind, it is a machine gun, and also all those people who bought things based off of our recommendations saying it was perfectly legal under our laws that are already questionable, yeah, you can't have your money back either. When you get into this realm of just interpretation, you're starting to go West Virginia versus EPA, and I don't like where that goes, and I hope you guys let me know what you think in the comments field below. I'm heading back to Atlanta. I will see you tonight from the War Wagon. I'm Braden. See you later.